you cannot just sweep things under the carpet and think that it will go away. It will not go away. The party must have to deal with certain issues. If, particularly, the governor of Anambra State doesn't finally come to know that I am the national chairman of the party, and these and them are the national working committee members of the party. If that reality is not a fact to him, then we all have a problem with each other. So, we want to thank the Nigerian judiciary for their immense commitment towards deepening the process of internal democracy in political parties through upholding truth, enthroning equity, and for restoring confidence in those who run to seek for justice. As we can see, we went through a process of 5 years trying to find justice, and we finally found justice. The LGA autonomy is another good example of judgments made by the Supreme Court, which will go a long way to ignite sustainable development in all the rural areas. We also thank INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, for the courage, the true courage they have shown in doing the right thing by finally recognizing us who emerged in that convention in Sowore in 2029. Similarly, 2099, Similarly, INEC has been undaunted, especially in a counter-affidavit they filed. It is such an embarrassing thing to hear that after the Supreme Court gave a judgment, a lower court enforced the judgment. The Court of Appeal went further to authenticate and agree with the enforcement of the lower court. The other side, who did a convention in Oka, rushed back to another judge in a federal high court, Omotosho, for one thing or another. But I'm so happy about the counter affidavit that was made by INEC, which they've made it clear that there were two conventions. They've made it clear that whatever they are saying is not just forum shopping, but that it is something that a completely unreasonable claim they are making. INEC have come out to say that. We hear stories that they are going to the Supreme Court. They have not filed anything in the Supreme Court. All they want to do is to spoil the minds of people who want to come forward for us to build this party. The people I feel sorry for are those people who are too afraid to come out and do the right thing because maybe their livelihoods are dependent on one thing or another in that Anambra State. I'm asking every reasonable Nigerian who wants peace, justice, who wants things to be done well in this country, to call some of these people to order. After a Supreme Court judgment and enforcement, the Court of Appeal enforced that enforcement again, and you are still claiming that you are going to a lower court, you are going to Supreme Court, you've sent in a notice of appeal. This is very, very, I don't know the word to define it. We go further to say, we thank the NWC and the Peace Reconciliation Committee, who within 1 month, just 1 month, of our recognition by ANEC, have taught 22 states, mobilizing all the aggrieved members to return to the fold and asking them to rise to the occasion and align with the leadership principle of the rebirth of APGA. These NWC members, because the sort of contraptions we've seen, you cannot believe it. All different kinds of fraudulent bank accounts have set up around Nigeria by these people who believe that they've been running a party for all these years. It's a terrible thing. We have said that the fraud in APGA has stopped and can never continue again. I commend the members of the NWC who have been moving around from state to state, and I ask them to please keep up the good work, and that God in heaven will repay them for all the hard work they are putting in to be able to kill off that cabal that is existing in Anambra State. APGA is not a party of one state. It is a party that was created for the whole of Nigeria. But it's a party that the people from the Southeast have a lot of love for. One state alone just believe that if it's not Anambra State, it can never work. And that's not true. We thank God that today we are recognized by INEC and we are prepared to do all the hard work to turn APGA back into the party of the people. We want to thank all APGA members in Anambra State that are facing difficult times in the hands of the INEC, Anambra State Independent Electoral Commission. We commend them for the way they have conducted themselves. They were locked out in a meeting called for party executives in Anambra State. Some of them were harassed. I don't want to go into the kind of trauma they suffered, but it is not acceptable. Today, we are the elected officers of APGA. Every instruction in APGA must come down from this NWC. Anyone who is passing any other instruction is breaking law and order. And as you can see from us, we are people of order. We don't like quarrel. But that doesn't mean that we are fools or that we are weak. But we are very, very law-abiding. We are proud of you. We want to urge you never to relent. The NWC will do everything within the ambit of the law to ensure your rights are not and will not be trampled on anymore. It is uncanny for the Anambra State House of Assembly to have embarked on the amendment of a law that has been existing for the ANSEC, for the sole purpose of denying us the right of fielding legitimate candidates in the forthcoming local government elections in Anambra State. Everyone knows that candidates are fielded by a party. I don't want to go much further on that. Whatever is being done by the House of Assembly is a complete affront to law and order. It's a complete affront. I don't want to emphasize so much on that, but I know that questions will be asked and I might then expand a bit on it. We also wish to apologize to all party members in Ebonyi and other states where all the local government elections have been conducted and which participation by APGA was not up to scratch. This was due to the nonchalant attitude of the previous recognized executive of APGA. APGA has been recognized by INEC of the wrong executive for the last 5 years. We conducted elections in Imo State. I don't think we got up to 1,000 votes. We've conducted elections all over even in our strongholds. Some of them we don't even come 10th, we don't even come 12th. Why are these gentlemen trying to hold on to power when they don't want to use the party for the right purposes? These are questions we must ask ourselves. These are questions they must ask themselves. Why are they fighting so tooth and nail to hold on to the scrap of the national leadership of the party, whereby they use the national chairman as a state chairman of a state? What is their motive? We want to tell you that it will never happen again. We will ensure that APGA is enshrined in the 36 states and Abuja in the shortest period of time. This is no matter what sacrifices it takes us to be able to achieve these. And in my belief, the only way you can achieve these things will be through hard work and commitment. We also want to commend APGA members in all the states where the State Independent Electoral Commission are yet to accord them their due recognition. There are not many of them. Rivers has accorded them. I believe Enugu State has done that. A few states have. But one that has blatantly come out to fight us is the one in Anambra State. We will ensure that APGA is enshrined in all those states to make sure that we're able to conduct and participate in those elections in those states. As I said, we also want to commend members in all the states where the state INECs are yet to accord them their due recognition. They should lose no sleep. Be rest assured that we are solidly behind you. We shall explore all avenues within the ambit of the law to ensure that the right thing is done. This particular one is the one I'm very passionate about. I want to plead with all the candidates, all those who participated in the elections since 2019. As you know, we have been the legitimate candidates of the party since 2019. Many of us have gone to elections and won, but the wrong people have been put in there. Since INEC gave us recognition, they have received a barrage of calls, not just me, members of the NWC, from those innocent people who legitimately should be sitting in the offices that some of these people are sitting in. I've consistently said that we're a peaceful party whereby we are going to resolve these things through a peaceful method. If those people feel that they're islands, they will suddenly find out that those their seats will become contended for again. It is not a threat, but let them know that all those seats that APGA are sitting on from 2019 till today is by the magnanimity of us on this NWC who want peace. But that doesn't mean that they will keep running the party down. The very minute we see that negotiations with them or discussions with them, and when I mean negotiation, nothing to do with money, we are running a political party. We cannot keep being excluded from elections by maneuvers, particularly like the governor of Anambra State has done in Anambra State. We cannot keep being not recognized when we are being recognized by law. If that persists, then we will come out more confrontational. We are peacefully asking that peace must reign in APGA. And anyone who is consistently trying to push the party to where I do not want this party to go, then the party will go there. Because you cannot just sweep things under the carpet and think that it will go away. It will not go away. The party must have to deal with certain issues. If, particularly, the governor of Anambra State doesn't finally come to know that I am the national chairman of the party, and these and them are the national working committee members of the party. If that reality is not a fact to him, then we all have a problem with each other. Finally, we shall reposition, refocus, realign the party. We are going to work so hard with this party to make sure all our lost glories will come back to us. Thank you very much. And it's not habitable at the moment by anyone. Any civilized person could not habit in there at the moment. Secondly, as a Christian, I believe that we are going to say a lot of prayers in there. So I'm not quite prepared to deal with that now because there's so much at hand. The party is in the position of the party, but INEC We have another office we're operating from at the moment, which is where INEC have as our address. But we own that property. And sometimes you could own a property and it's not habitable at the moment, and you wait till you have the funds and you've said your prayers before you move in there. And that's the fact on that. Fraud is not always, when I say fraud, when people go and create bank accounts outside our constitution, all bank accounts are monitored by the national. Any bank account not monitored by the national is a fraudulent bank account. Most of all these things, a lot of things were going on at the national, so many people at the state took the opportunity to create their own little nest eggs where they are going to be operating their small scams. As we said, the scams in Africa have come to an end. In time, if we have the time, we start exploring backwards. But I'm not someone who really likes to look so much backwards. What I'm interested in is for us to keep our house clean, organize our bank accounts properly. They due people to sign for them, and we're accountable for whatever that is coming to us. We should be accountable for that.